Well, it's that time of week again. Steve's Place. And it's Sunday, January 22nd. I'd like to welcome you to the show. Uh, First thing, I'd like to remind everyone we have our conference coming up in August 9th to 13th, the Extraordinary Technology Conference and Expo. Uh, I encourage everyone to sign up for it now. I think we still have the 35% discount for another week here. So I encourage you to come on aboard and sign up, and get that discount. And I'll be at the Crown Plaza, and the room rates are about starting at $82, and and that will include breakfast. And of course, we have our social hour every night, and you can meet with the speakers and vendors, and get some face-to-face time, and learn the real secrets on what's going on. And I'd like to encourage everyone, to become a subscriber to the YouTube channel. We have 30 years of innovative ideas in energy and health. We cover the Tesla Technology Conferences, the Exotic Research Conferences, the Global Science Congresses, and soon we should be doing things from the Tesla era. I think it's to get there. It's the easiest way is just to go to our website, teslatech.info, and then you can click on our Tesla Tech channel, it takes you right to it. Or you can use the conference directory. And on the conference directory, we have broken up all the videos by the conference. And you can pick out the conference you want to see. Or you can go to our speaker directory if you know who you're looking for and find out his name and get all the videos that individual speaker has put on. These are still being worked on, but we have quite a bit of material available up there. So I encourage you all to get on up there. And subscribe to the Tesla Tech channel. Its subscriptions are free and everything. And when you watch our videos, if I encourage you to subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, give us a thumbs up. That thumbs up, just helps the search engines find us and everything, and really shows your support for us and what we're doing. These conferences are important because it shows the past and tomorrow. And then last but not least, I encourage you to join. We have 2 levels of membership. One's just a member where you get the new member badge you see on the right. Or you can do the $9.99 membership, which I encourage everyone to do. The exclusive membership, you get global access to all of our videos. We have hundreds of them. And when you join the Tesla Tech Tube channel and become an exclusive member, you get 24/7 access from anywhere in the world that you can get YouTube. I mean, even you guys out in Ukraine, they're in the trenches, they can even get it. It's just amazing the reach of YouTube these days. Now, tonight's I want to make a programming note here. What's going to happen here is, I guess, next 2 weeks. Okay, next week we're going to have the Tin Man, how the Tin Man found his brain. And then the week after that will be Super Bowl. I'm not going to have anything programmed on Super Bowl Sunday. And the week after that is the LAX Expo, the Conscious Life Expo in LA. I'm not going to have anything scheduled for that. And we'll pick it up the week after with Suzanne Price. So stay alert for our emails and that, because we'll be telling you who's coming on when. And now, let me introduce Larry Oberheu. He's the founder of the Fresh Mouth Club. And so how's it going, Larry?
Very good, Steve. Thanks for having me on. Good to be here.
So anyway, I'm getting ready here to just turn everything over to you. And let me see that. There you go. And you can tell us all about how to keep our mouths fresh, always clean, and healthy. So take it away.
All right. Well, thanks for the intro there and everything, Steve. Yeah, I mean, we've I guess, everybody brushes their teeth. We've got some innovative products that are a little bit different and I guess in some ways somewhat controversial and stuff. We do a non-fluoride blend of toothpaste. Fluoride, as more and more are finding out, is not quite what it was sold as or what we were sold back in the day. Fluoride, was touted as something good. And dentists, of course, tell us, use fluoride toothpaste. We put fluoride in our water, so it's all supposed to be good for us. Turns out not so much. Did some research on it and, found out the truth of fluoride and what it really is. And, which is pretty shocking. Fluoride itself is not a natural product. So fluoride is a man-made product. It comes from the manufacturing of phosphate fertilizers. So in phosphate fertilizer factories, they use hydrochloric acid to extract, chemicals from it that they need for phosphate fertilizer. Get to the slide here for you guys. And there we go. And the soot that collects inside the smokestacks is actually what fluoride is. This is a picture here of one of the factories. So that there is actually what they put in our water and in our toothpaste. It's a highly toxic chemical. The EPA labels fluoride as toxic waste. CDC labels it as a neurotoxin. Recent studies have shown that it lowers IQ dramatically, especially in children with developing brains. Why children should never, ever have fluoride. I would argue that no one, period, should ever have fluoride. Adolf Hitler back, during the World War, used fluorinated water to dumb down the concentration camp. So it actually makes you docile and lowers the IQ. So we also fluorinate our water. Go figure. Of course, we just say it's for other purposes. But China even tried to fluorinate their water back in the 70s, and by the 80s, their population's teeth got so bad they had to stop because fluoride doesn't actually do good things for our mouth. It actually causes many, many issues. One of the big issues it causes is fluorosis. Fluorosis is a real thing. Fluorosis actually turns your teeth yellow and brown and eventually makes them fall apart. It's tooth decay. The number one cause of tooth decay in America is fluorosis. 70% of the population actually has it. So fluoride, again, not quite what we were sold for sure. Does a lot of harm everywhere that cancer or fluoride has been injected into the system or into the water has actually increased cancer rates and all kinds of other health issues. It is a neurotoxin. It does attack the brain. So migraine headaches and sensory disorders, things like that are pretty common. So again, not quite what we were sold. A lot of people think that fluoride comes from the earth, a mineral. Fluoride does. Fluoride's a very rare earth mineral. Has nothing to do with fluoride, and that's not what's in our toothpaste or our water. There are some pretty big movements right now to try to get fluoride out of the water, and of course, we have choices on toothpaste as far as what to use and what not to use. The problem is when you get into toothpaste, especially, water's a whole different story. It's that's harder to find choices with water to get it out. You actually have to get some machines and stuff like that to eliminate it. But for toothpaste, when you get into non-fluoride toothpaste, 95% of the toothpaste on the market today have fluoride in them. And when you opt to go with a all natural toothpaste, unfortunately, one of the byproducts of that is that you tend to statistically get more cavities, which isn't a good thing. If anything, it actually gives fuel for the fire for the other side. They can say, well, see, if you would have used fluoride like you were told, you wouldn't have got those cavities. So the reason that is they're all natural toothpaste actually do not kill the bacteria that causes tooth decay, gingivitis, and things like that. So they don't do a good job of that. So that's the real issue. So the all natural toothpaste aren't good. The the fluoride's not good for us. So that's kind of how my journey down this actually began, and what is it that we can do to be healthier and put something in that's not harmful to us, that does kill the bacteria and so forth. So we use silver, Nanosilver. Just the screen up there shows a little bit of difference between fluoride and silver. Silver itself, a little bit of back history. Silver's been around for hundreds, actually thousands of years. There's evidence that ancient Egyptians used silver medicinally. Silver is actually one of the strongest antibacterial products known to man. Colloidal silver, as most people would know it. There's several forms of silver. But silver is super, super antibacterial. It's antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. It kills on contact, and it kills within seconds or minutes. Unlike antibiotics that we use today, that take days, weeks, or even months, sometimes years to kill bacteria, silver kills instantly, right away. Actually, prior to 1936, we as a population used, our main go-to for antibiotics was silver. So that's what we used for antibiotics, is silver. Drug manufacturers came in right around that time. About 1938 is when they really started to take hold. Of course, silver is very cheap, and they can't patent it, and they can't make millions and billions of dollars on it. So they pretty much threw it in the corner and put it in the closet, tried to lock it up and throw away the key. It's been tried to take off the market multiple times. The FDA has tried to shut it down, but they're not able to, because it was actually a medicine prior to 1936. So they're not able to, but they have done a pretty good job as far as misinformation on the product and what it does and doesn't do, and hiding some of the things that it does. As well as labeling the product as a supplement, non-therapeutic type of a product. But we use so silver is not only antibacterial, antiviral, all this, and actually it is antiviral, which even today we really don't have anything to combat viruses except for some rest and some chicken noodle soup. Silver actually kills viruses. There's multiple people that got in trouble for saying that silver killed COVID, but it actually does. But that's beside the point. I mean, well, silver is a gift really to us that is widely unused, and has huge benefits to society in a lot of different ways. But we use silver in the medical field today. Silver nitrate, some may be familiar. So silver nitrate is they use it on burn victims. And the reason they use silver nitrate on burn victims is that it actually heals the wound, and it helps regrow the skin. So not only does silver have healing properties, which it does, they use it on wounds and wound dressings. You can get silver bandages now and silver salves that you put on wounds, and they speed up healing by about 10 times. So 10 times faster with than without. So it's pretty amazing. And regenerative as well. It, like I said, actually helps regrow skin on burn victims. So really, when we look at it, it's pretty amazing. It gives you, antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. It heals and it regenerates, which is really amazing. And it also boosts your immune system more than vitamin C does, because as silver gets into our system, it actually transdermally gets into our bloodstream, and there it creates a secondary immune system that actually combats illness and sickness. Actually, this has been known for hundreds of years. Silver is a trace mineral that actually belongs in our body. We used to get a lot of the silver from farming and produce. Unfortunately, over processed food and manufacturing have really taken a lot of that out, so we don't get that silver like we used to. Silver actually, back in the day, like royalty themselves, or the elites, I suppose, of the world have known this. Kings and queens have known this for hundreds of years. It's why they predominantly drank with silver goblets and silverware, which was created in the 1800s for the rich. They knew this because as you drink out of a silver bowl or goblet or eat from true silverware, you get microscopic particles of the silver that douse into your system. And they have high concentrations of silver because they do that. And that's why we actually, the term blue blood actually comes from that, because higher doses of silver in your blood system actually creates a tinge of blue. And that's the word blue blood. So that's where that comes from. It's also why they live to 100 years old and we do not. So you tend to be healthier when you have higher concentrations of silver. So silver comes in a few different types. You know, colloidal silver happens to be one of the more popular ones on the market. And colloidal silver is, you know, in your health food stores usually, or vitamin shops as a supplement. Very simple to take. You put underneath your tongue, teaspoon. You let it absorb sublingually into your blood system, or you can take it misting up the nose, or even nebulizing. It has just phenomenal effects. Digesting colloidal silver doesn't work because it actually dies in stomach acid, because there's actually ions, silver ions, when you make colloidal silver, and the ions tend to be a little more reactive and perish in stomach acid. But so sublingually is the best effect. So we decided to do a silver toothpaste because of some of the awesome things that it does in our mouth. That we did. So we did a lot of research on silver, and a newer form of silver. Well, not newer. I mean, it's been around for a while, but really is starting to hit. Nanosilver technology has really kind of risen to the top as kind of the true leader in silver technology. Nanosilver is not ions of silver; it's actually true particles. So nano, which refers to a billionth of the size of a human hair, is pretty small material. But being the actual particle versus an ion, it's actually stronger, much better silver, and not reactive. So it does pass digestion, so you can swallow nanosilver. So it does really amazing things. But in our toothpaste especially, the nanoparticles actually can penetrate the interior of our teeth, so into the inner workings of them, and gum tissue as well. In some recent studies, about 3 years now, there are actual scientific studies. Nanosilver particles actually regenerate enamel growth, which is something that's never been able to be done before. So what does that mean exactly? That means that your enamel actually regrows. It can heal cavities naturally, and we've done so. Actually, our toothpaste, we've had many people that have had cracks in their teeth or cavities that literally heal over within about 4 to 6 weeks. Gum tissue as well, it actually can reverse gum tissue and actually grow the tissue back in your gums. I preface that as long as you're not doing what caused the recession, which the big one is brushing. People brush too hard and tend to erode away our gum tissue. And if you stop doing that, of course, and correct that, the silver will actually help regenerate some of that tissue, which is, again, something that's never been able to be done. We're also the only product on the market that can actually go below gum line. So actually, with normal brushing, it actually goes below your gum. We don't have a way to do that currently. And silver kills gingivitis on contact. Gingivitis is a below gum disease. Many people don't know they have it until it can be too late. And then they literally have to cut your gums open to get the bacteria out. A pretty severe and horrific operation. But our toothpaste actually penetrates gum. So regular use of the silver actually goes below gum line, cleans that out, and gingivitis cannot grow anymore. Also, like plaque buildup, plaque and tartar on your teeth. Those are caused by 3 bacteria, Streptococcus mutant, Salarius, and one other one I can't pronounce. But those 3 actually combine together to make the hard plaque or that buildup or tartar on our teeth. Silver kills all 3 of those bacteria. So again, regular use. plaque can't grow. These are things that dentists really don't like to hear because obviously those do some pretty significant things to help prevent cavities, heal cavities, prevent bacteria growth and tooth decay, actually correct those issues, and actually prevent plaque buildup, which is one of the big reasons we go to the dentist to get that removed and stay healthy. I'm not saying that our toothpaste is a replacement for dentists; they definitely have a place, but the silver definitely does a lot of really great things in your mouth. On screen there we have just a little bit of a difference between the two is like you have your fluoride versus Nanosilver. I mean, Nanosilver helps rejuvenate or repair cavities, helps in aiding of regrowth of the gum tissue. It's antibacterial, so it helps kill all those bacteria that we don't want in our mouth. It helps boost your immune system while you're taking it, and it helps whiten the teeth as well. While we're on the topic of bacteria, the silver also has another unique product of it or so forth of using it. It kills all bad bacteria, germs, virus, fungus on contact, but it doesn't harm our good bacteria. For a long time, they weren't sure why, but our bodies just produce an enzyme that actually coats it, and silver's not able to penetrate it. So it just skips it. So that's the only thing out there that kills the bad, not the good, but promotes this really, really healthy mouth biome that you don't get with any other toothpaste. Nothing else out there does that because nothing kills like silver. But freshens your breath better than anything. I mean, odors and so forth are caused by bacteria. Silver kills all bacteria, so except for the good stuff. So it gives you a fresher, cleaner breath and a fresher, cleaner feeling than anything else out there. Fluoride, as a counter, it causes cognitive decline because it literally is a neurotoxin. It aids in cancer and diabetes and heart disease. So these are benefits of the fluoride. It causes fluorosis and the yellowing or browning of your teeth. Fluorosis is the number one reason for tooth decay in America, and that is literally caused by fluoride. And it is a neurotoxin, and it does lower the IQ, especially in children. Children should never have fluoride toothpaste and never, ever have fluoride treatments. The dentist would definitely argue that and tell you that fluoride hardens your enamel. It does actually harden your enamel. Fluorosis is the hardening of your enamel. There's a period of time where that's considered to be a good thing, but hardening of the enamel actually makes it more brittle. Then they start to chip and fall apart. That'll happen sometime down the road, but it will happen to everybody. And unfortunately, it's in our water, it's in our cookware, and it's in our toothpaste. So we get overdosed with fluoride. And I would venture to say that we should have no level of fluoride, but we're definitely exceeding the safe legal limits of fluoride. Which again, like I said, I would say we probably shouldn't have any of it. But again, that's so the silver actually combats a lot of this. So it kind of it's a great mediator because your all natural toothpaste, as I said, they don't have that antibacterial fight for it, and the silver does. So we're more all natural or more holistic type of toothpaste, but we have that silver in there, which actually levels that playing field and give she can have great returns. People don't realize that our mouth is interconnected to our entire body. So our mouth is so important. There's what they call a tooth meridian chart. It literally shows what tooth is connected to what part of your body. Where we're interconnected everywhere, and our teeth are kind of a central location for that. And we're finding this out more and more, that if you have an illness somewhere in your body, heart disease, so forth, can come right from your teeth. Even your toothbrush. Your toothbrush is literally the absolute filthiest thing in your house. The toothbrush has more bacteria than your toilet, than any other thing. So think of the filthiest place in your entire house. Maybe you don't go very often or cringe when you have to go to. You think of getting down and putting your mouth on whatever that is. It's not as bad as the toothbrush. And we use that thing in our mouth every single day, every day, without even thinking twice. The amount of bacteria that grows on our toothbrush is literally heinous. They can and will make us sick on a regular basis. Anything from mouth sores, canker sores, and intestinal issues are pretty common. If you just do a quick Google search of "is my toothbrush making me sick," you might be prepared to actually be a little sick because it's truly disgusting on how bad they actually are. The amount of bacteria that grows on our toothbrush is about 100 million strands of bacteria live on our brush on a day-to-day basis. Pretty horrific when you think about it. But so we actually address those issues too. We use UV sanitation devices for toothbrushes to eliminate this. We also recommend monthly replacement of toothbrushes because every 3 months is not good. I mean, that bacteria has more chances to breed and grow more toxic. And there was a recent study, 30% of heart disease patients can be traced right back to their toothbrush. So it is highly toxic. So if you think about it, just replacing that thing once a month is probably a pretty good idea. So we recommend monthly replacement as well as daily cleaning because you just don't want that bacteria in your mouth. So we actually, we are not in stores. We're an online company, and we offer subscription programs where not only do we get you our toothbrush, and we do have mouth rinse also. Our mouth rinse is also silver. It enhances the silver levels in your mouth, enhances the healing properties as well as the antibacterial. It really just gives you an overall better, healthier mouth, which is really more about wellness. I kind of consider the company more of a wellness company because wellness starts in your mouth. If you're not healthy in your mouth, you're pretty much not healthy anywhere. And unfortunately, everything on the market, our traditional fluoride stuff, just really isn't cutting it and actually perpetuating a lot of the problems we have. Again, just covering some of the things about fluoride versus the silver and what it could do for you. And so silver is really amazing. It's great stuff, and we put it in toothpaste to hope that people can really get themselves on a better path to healthier living and be healthier, feel better, and so forth. And the silver is a good part of that because, like I said, our teeth are connected to every single part of our body. So here we go. Just got a slide there. Here's one of our products or one of our subscriptions. You have our toothpaste, our mouth rinse, which is a kind. It looks small there. It's a super concentrate. You only need about 4 to 5 drops in about 1 ounce of water, and you rinse with that after you're done brushing. You can actually swallow our products. If you try to swallow Crest or Colgate, I don't recommend that. On the back of the toothpaste is an 800 number. You should call them because you've just poisoned yourself and could die. That actually should be a tip to people. I mean, something we're using to clean our mouths with, and potentially swallowing some of it could kill us. And we're swallowing it anyway because it's in our water. But yeah, not a good sign. That's not on our toothpaste because if you swallow it, it's not a big deal. Silver actually, like I said, does their body good. There's a picture of our UV sanitizer. Those things open up, the toothbrush goes right in there and kind of cleans it. And of course, we have our 2-minute timer, which is just our proper brushing time. Kind of cute. And then that's our newer flavor. Now we have berry flavored, but it's not just berry. Like as I said earlier, the silver is an immune boosting blend. So it boosts your immune system more than vitamin C. So what we did with that is, especially like your cold and flu season, we've added elderberry, which is a huge immune booster, vitamin C, and grapefruit extract. So the 4 together are like a super immune boosting blend. So while you brush your teeth, you're also dousing your body with the silver and elderberry and vitamin C, kind of like taking your vitamins and brushing your teeth all in one. It is actually a phenomenal flavor as well. But it's great because you're not only, like I said, cleaning your teeth, you're also doing some good things for your body there as well, and getting all that good stuff in there. But so that's kind of that's one of our kits. I mean, we have multiple kits. We also have electric kits that you can do. Some people do electric versus manual, and so forth, or you can just do toothpaste, or like our combo kit, which is the ocean mint and the berry. Both are just incredible tasting toothpaste. They're I mean, I have a lot of clients actually tell us that it's pretty much the best toothpaste they've ever tasted. So we've had a lot of testimonials on it. It's just fortunate enough to have pretty incredible product, and did a great job putting that together. I tasted a lot of toothpaste and did a lot of trials and errors to get it to where I felt that it was perfect, and so forth. So, but that's pretty much it about the product. And like to open it up, or Steve, you got some questions on it there, or some of your clients or some of your listeners do. I'm happy to kind of cover some stuff.
Well, I have a question. Do you have a schedule where you're going to be at for the rest of the year, like where we could get this stuff?
Well, I do. I travel all over the country. I do a lot of expo shows, trade shows, stuff like that. I will be at the Conscious Living Expo in LA on February, I believe it's 10, 11, 12, and 13th. And so that's my next show on the calendar. I don't have my calendar in front of me because I'm actually traveling. I just got back from Tennessee, and I'm still in St. Louis right now. But I could get that for you. But you could get our things online as well. Where our website is freshmouthclub.com. I can put that up on the screen for them there too. But yeah, so www.freshmouthclub.com. Our phone number is also there, and they can order right online there. And actually, for some of your listeners, if they want, I did do some promotional things that we can put up there for them as well. QR code. Our normal kit, which is the one that we showed here. Let me go back to that. The one we showed there with that whole kit. That kit is $60. Is $59.90. That's because it has the UV cleaner in there. That UV is $40. The kit is $19. And the $19.95 is actually, that's for the toothpaste, toothbrush, mouthwash, floss, and the timer. That's delivery and everything right to the door. So it's $19.95. And you do that every month or every other month or every 3 months, but it's about a month's supply. So with the UV, it's $60 because it's $39.95. And of course, that's just a one-time charge. It's $19 after. So I did a special for your viewers there. So if they are interested and want to get signed up, there we go. That kit is available for $30. So if you scan that code, or I could give it to you to give to your listeners later, they can get that $60 value for just $30. And then they're set up on the subscription for $19.95 a month after. But it gives them an entire month to basically try the product for free, because we basically discount the UV down 30%, give it to you for $30, and give you your first month free, and allow you to sample it, try it, and if you don't think it's the best toothpaste you have ever used in your life, and we mean that, because we stand behind it pretty proud. It is awesome. And if you just don't think so, we make it super easy to cancel. That's not our intention. We just hope you love the product and have great results with it, and you'll keep it. And the following month we'll ship you out another one. Makes it easier for us to get it. But it also, what I forgot to mention on there is teeth sensitivity. So people with sensitive teeth, this will actually heal that. So you won't have sensitive teeth anymore. So it tends to be one of our bigger customer followings. So some of the stuff that you can actually feel within a month's time, you'll feel a lot different in your mouth, especially if you have any of those kind of issues, gum issues or enamel issues, will be gone within about a month.
Well, I use that ocean mint. I really like that. I like the way it tastes and everything. And I will say my mouth tastes a lot fresher on that. You just flip through a slide there on the hydrogen stuff. Did you want to expound on that, any?
And the what?
On the you flip through a slide there. It has something about hydrogen.
Oh yeah. So we're big on that too. I didn't know if we'd have a chance to talk about it, but yeah. The other thing we're real big on is well, we use ozone is particularly really has really positive effects orally. A lot of holistic dentists or IAOMT dentists, which are specialized biological dentists that don't believe in fluoride or mercury and stuff, they happen to be very good dentists. They're using ozone. Ozone is pretty awesome stuff. Ozone, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it there. Actually, when I met you, Steve, in LA, I think I showed you one, but ozone is 10 times more powerful than bleach, but it is non-toxic, so you can drink it. The gas, you don't want to breathe it into your lungs. It's not good for you. But what we do is when you break it down into a liquid, it ozonates the liquid, and you can drink it. There's nothing wrong with it. It won't harm you. But ozone has been shown to actually reverse tooth decay. So dentists are doing ozone irrigation on root canals. Instead of doing a root canal, actually bringing the tooth back to life. And they're actually doing that with the partnering with silver in it as well because of its regenerative properties. So that's really, really cool that it can do that. But it oxidizes in our mouth. It whitens our teeth. It destroys all the bad stuff in our mouth completely. It's an awesome rinse. And then we have actual generators that
Wow, I think we got cut off there. But
ozone. It only lasts for about 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, it just turns back into water. So ozone is O3. Those three oxygen molecules combine together that create ozone. So when you drink it, it permeates into the bloodstream and it gets in your blood. It destroys free radicals and bacteria, germs, viruses, anything that it comes in contact with that's not supposed to be there. They're doing a lot of studies right now because it actually kills cancer cells. That's a proven fact. They're actually doing lots of research on it right now because the ozone actually attacks the outer casing of the cancer and actually cracks it, gets through it. Which, if anybody knows about cancer, that's the difficult thing about cancer is their shell. Once the shell's gone, cancer's worst nightmare is oxygen. It's its worst nightmare. It kills it instantly. The ozone, again, three oxygen molecules create ozone. So when ozone destabilizes, it falls apart. And what does it create? Oxygen. So it oxygenates your blood when it destabilizes. Or when it comes in contact and destroys something, such as a cancer cell, it swarms it with oxygen and destroys it. Oxygen in our blood superoxygenates. It gives you a huge amount of energy. It gives you tremendous healing properties. It reduces inflammation in your system. It does amazing things. So we use it as a rinse agent. That's a picture of one of our units right there. We use it once in the morning, once at night. As a rinse for ozone, and then you drink the rest of the bottle. But you only want to drink it twice a day. It's not a replacement for water because there's no nutritional value with this water. It's more of a healing property. So it has benefits. It's just therapeutic benefits, not nutritional. So that's what you use for the ozone. Now our units actually double as a hydrogen generator. So hydrogen, we have the only unit on the market that makes both ozone and hydrogen. So hydrogen is not ozone. So that actually super hydrates the body. Hydrogen is H2O. The H is hydrogen. That's what hydrates our body. When you drink water, our cells literally absorb the hydrogen. That's what it wants. It wants the hydrogen, and it fuels our cells. So hydrogen is the smallest element on the periodic table, so it actually pierces our cells and it deoxidizes them. It also heals our cells. So our machines actually put millions of extra hydrogen, free hydrogen molecules in the water. That creates hydrogen water. And in the hydrogen, the amount of hydrogen that's in there is about a 5-to-1 ratio. So what that means is like one glass of the hydrogen water is like drinking 5 glasses of water as far as its hydration capability. Our cells can absorb 10 times their mass. So they'd absorb it up like a sponge. It actually destroys free radicals, and it heals our cells. It's awesome for anti-aging, anti-inflammation, and just generally repairing the body in a lot of ways. So our units, we're pretty excited about them because they kind of do, two things, but the two things are a little bit, related. You have the oxygen in the blood with the ozone and the hydrogen with the hydrogen. So ours does both. So you can find hydrogen generators on Amazon from anywhere from about $50 to about $300. And the really cheap ones don't work. They're mostly plastic, or you can use a plastic bottle on them. And what happens? Hydrogen, again, smallest element on the periodic table, literally falls out of plastic. So it's like a screen door on a submarine. It just pours right out. So you're not getting any. So you need to have glass or stainless steel. In our case, that's what we use, or a very high medical grade plastic, which drives the price of the units up. So those units that you see for $250, $300 are probably more of a legit hydrogen generator. We use the stainless steel. And ozone generators run anywhere from about $200 to $400 if you can find one. They're difficult to find. And they go upwards of $3,000. They're pretty expensive. So our units, again, they do both ozone and hydrogen. And our units do both for $149. So we're light years away from what they charge, on the market for just one of those units, and we do both in one. So it's a pretty awesome unit. It really, I use them every day as a replacement for the water. The hydrogen you drink all day, every day, as much as you want to, as often as you want to. Just don't drown in it. That would be my only caveat there. But it's just awesome for you. And then the ozone too, just kind of mirrors perfect with your brushing habits. Once in a day, in the morning, once at night before you go to bed, you do your thing and you do the ozone. The rest of the day, you just do the hydrogen.
That's pretty good. I need to get one of those.
Yeah, they are amazing. They give you a boost of energy. I mean, you drink a bottle of hydrogen water, and it just gives you almost like a caffeine rush. It really does. You can feel the difference in it. I mean, you can go to the grocery store. I was in Jewel the other day. I'm in Illinois, so Jewels are prevalent there, and they had hydrogenated water on the shelf, and it was like $10 a bottle. It was like, wow, $10 a bottle. I drink like 5 bottles of that a day. I'd go broke. But what's great is you can just make them. Our machines just make them right then and there. You generate the hydrogen, and you just down them.
Okay. So are you planning to put the stuff in stores or anything?
Well, I mean, you never say never. I mean, right now our business model is a direct to consumer. I control the pricing and inventories and stuff a lot easier and better. I'm small. I'm not Crest or Colgate. So this was a hard project to put together. Took me several years to do it, and that the model that we had that kind of helps us get to the next levels a little bit easier was the subscription model and direct sales, and keeps our price points lower for the consumer too, because we kind of cut out the retailers. The retailers want so much margin today. It's really difficult. So you got to really raise your prices up. It's more difficult to balance inventories and stuff when these guys are ordering the larger quantities. But if I was approached and said, hey, we want 50,000 cases, I mean, I'd probably make it work somehow. But we, right now, kind of the focus, we're not even looking at that. We're in some small boutiques and some health food stores, and we do some holistic dentists. There's a couple, we have probably a handful of holistic dentists that carry our line. But most of the dentists really don't like us too much because they don't want anything without fluoride. They're all about fluoride. And if you speak ill of it, they just don't want to talk to you anymore. Um, but there's a bigger drive of people that are the awareness is out there that this isn't quite what it's been sold to as, and the people just don't want it. And I even implore dentists. It's like I don't care if you're drunk on fluoride and you think it's the greatest thing out there. You're going to have a certain segment of your clients that just don't want it. So if you don't want to lose your clients, you got to cater to them. And if you're going to cater, you might as well give them a really good alternative, which is what silver does.
Well, here's a question from Maria. She wants to know what the parts per million for the hydrogen generator.
Hydrogen generator does 1,500 parts per million.
So anyway, as I've known about silver forever. Like I said, I sold some silver generators at one time. Still do. The most simplest ones, but things are hard to find these days.
Yeah. Silver's pretty easy to make. Well, colloidal silvers and your generators, you can buy those. You just use silver rods with a 9-volt battery, and you can generate some colloidal silver. When you generate the colloidal silver, you mostly get ionic silver, which ions of silver aren't actually silver; they're ions. So when you get ionic particles, they're reactive with things. So they deactivate basically and don't work anymore. So most of the colloidals on the market, most of them, I can say every single one of them, are more like you talk about the part per million. The 20, 30 is pretty common with most of your colloidals, 20 or 30 part per million. The actual particle silver is about 5 to 10% of that. So it'd be 2% or a 3 part per million of actual particle. So when you get to the ionic, especially if you drink ionic or colloidal silver, especially higher concentrations. Now, some people try to bridge that gap and make 1,000 part per million silver, colloidal silver. Now, when you do that, you get 100 part per million silver, which is awesome. The higher that concentration you get up there, the better with your colloidals. But the problem is you have 900 ions, which is a lot. And when you ingest it, it turns to silver chloride in your stomach and in your bloodstream, and that actually can, in high doses, you'd have to do a lot of it. But if you did do a lot of it, you could turn gray or blue, and that is a real thing. So when you get into particle silver, true particle silver, which is nano. So nano is actual particles. There is no ions in it. Ions are, it's only true particles. The true particles are the true silver and the most powerful silver. They do not turn. They survive stomach acid. They'll go right through your system. They absorb into your bloodstream quicker, and they last a lot longer in your bloodstream. And it does purge. So silver purges from your system. It's not a heavy metal. Like a lot of people are afraid of that. It is not toxic to us in any way. Like I said, it's a trace mineral that actually belongs in our body. So it actually purges from our body within about 6 to 7 days. So it doesn't stay. But it's reactive the whole time. So the particle silver is best, and that's why we use the nano silver in our toothpaste.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down right now. Thank you for coming. I hope that you decide to become a vendor at our conference. I think you'll meet a lot of people there, and it gives people a lot of chance to try that toothpaste. I know I enjoy it and everything. And I'd like to remind everyone, if you liked our show and everything, um, to give us some support there, and just give us a thumbs up there, on the old thumbs up machine on the YouTube channel. And thank you so much for being there, Larry.
You bet. Anytime, Steve. I'll definitely try to make your conference. I just have to get the schedule in. I think it's around in August. Isn't that correct?
Yes, it's August 9th to 13th. We have a great place to stay at the Crown Plaza. Good rates, and we have a breakfast comes with their room in the morning, and then at night we always have like the meet and greet, what you see on the screen there. Those guys talk, and they all have a great time and get a good chance to talk to people and meet people. So with that, I'm gonna call it a wrap, and thanks a lot.
Sounds good, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Later.
All
Okay,
right.
bye.